John Dean, writing at justia.com, it's reprinted over at alternate.com or .org, suggesting that Donald Trump is the authoritarian ruler that Republicans and some Democrats have been waiting for. Yesterday over on Daily Beast, I was reading a long interview with a guy who just wrote a new book about the Third Reich. And the question was, how did the Germans buy into Hitler? Now, Hitler was never elected by a majority. The most he ever got was about 33% of the vote, or his party. And there's actually this interview, he blows up a number of myths that are quite interesting. But the net of all this is that Hitler's message to the German people, which came about as a consequence of the Great Depression, which, hit Germany just like it hit every other country in the world in the early 1930s. Hitler's response to the Great Depression was to say, I'm the tough guy, hire me or put me in charge of the country, I'll fix everything. I know who the bad guys are. I know how to negotiate a deal. I know how to get things done. I'm the one. In other words, we need an authoritarian right now. And essentially, John Dean is saying the same thing about Donald Trump. In fact, we're going to be talking probably to him on Monday about this issue.